Hey, what's up, guys? Chaturmudam here. So, those of you who know me in real life probably know that around 3 months ago, at the beginning of October, I started getting more into fitness and paying attention to my health and, pretty much trying to lose weight. By the way, I'm sitting here eating my dinner, which is Factor chicken, creamed corn, and potatoes. My referral link is in the description below. As you might imagine, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, reading stuff online relating to weight loss. Things from like the bodybuilding community, weightlifting, gym TikTok, stuff like that. And I keep hearing people talk about this thing called a DEXA scan. A DEXA scan is basically a scan that scans your body and gets your body composition, so like your body fat percentage, your bone density, stuff like that. And apparently, it's the most accurate way to get an idea of what your body fat percentage is. Because there's other ways, like there's little calipers that you can literally squeeze like your belly fat and measure, or there's like these water tanks that you float in. But apparently, the DEXA scan is the most accurate way to get it. So, anyways, this morning I decided to look into it. I just Google searched DEXA scan, see if I can, schedule one. And lo and behold, there's a company. Okay, it was called Body Spec. The company's called Body Spec, and they have locations around town. But here where I live in the Bay Area, they have a van that drives around, and they just have a DEXA scan in the van. So, I look it up, and lo and behold, there were, open spots today, like on the day of, to go get scanned. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Like, I signed up. Like 2 hours in advance. It was a 35-40 minute drive to get there, and I was like, I'm just gonna go get my scan, because I've been working hard for 3 months. I've been going to the gym, doing cardio sessions, eating better, paying more attention to my sleep, things like that, eating less too. And I wanted to see, get a gauge of where I was at as far as my body composition, body fat percentage wise. So, from all the videos I was watching and stuff like that, and, those the like little body comparison charts that tell you like, if you look like this guy, then you're this percent body fat. I had an idea of where I thought I was. I thought I was around 21% body fat. And today we're going to be going over the DEXA results. I'm just going to go through them with you and see what it was. The goal of this video isn't to like flex my progress or flex my body or anything. Actually, I'm actually still technically overweight, but hopefully it's educational and I can share what I learned from starting this journey from essentially being obese, literally being obese, to looking more average, and hopefully I can continue to develop and continue to share with you guys any lessons I learned along the way. So if you're potentially trying to lose weight or anything like that, maybe you can learn something from this video. Okay, so I'm here at the location of the DEXA scan. It's one of those body scan trucks that kind of drive around and park outside of gyms and camp there for a week or two. Not gonna lie, I am kind of nervous, but there's no point making guesses what it's gonna be. I'll just see what the results are. So see you guys after the scan. So just got out of the DEXA scan. It was actually really cool. It's literally in a van. Like, imagine like a U-Haul van, like a U-Haul moving van. That's what it was. It was very cool. Very simple. The guy was nice. Took literally like 10 minutes. I was in and out. So very easy experience. I should be getting the results in about 20 minutes by email. So see you guys then.
If you don't want to see a hairy fat guy with his shirt off in the mirror, skip to this part in the video. Okay, so this is my before shot. This is still of a video from May of last year, but my body didn't really change between May and September, which is right before when I started my weight loss journey. And it is kind of hard to find a good before picture showing my physique because, as you might imagine, when I was obese, I didn't really like to take my shirt off all that often because I didn't like the way my body looked. But anyway, getting into this, so as you can see, I have a significant amount of belly fat. No muscle separation, no definition between, the traps, the deltoid, no visible bicep, no visible facial features. I was fat. I mean, I was like, I was just fat. So coming to today, this is a picture I took earlier today. Obviously I'm flexing a little bit in this, but you can see the difference. You can see, muscle separation between the deltoid and the bicep. Yeah, I'm probably sucking in a little bit here on the tummy, but still you can see, a little bit of rib. You can see my lats poking out a tiny bit. So looking less fat, but how much less fat? Well, no more bullshit. Let's get into the results right now. Okay, so first things first, what everyone was waiting for. Well, what I was waiting for at least. Total body fat percentage, 24%. So I'm significantly fatter than I predicted. It sounds silly saying it that way, but definitely that's a disappointment. I thought I made a lot of progress, and I guess I have made a lot of progress, but I'm a lot farther away from my goals than I thought I was. So, it's a little bit of a reality check to see 24% there. It's better to have that information than to not have it and get frustrated later on when it takes forever to start getting into the body that I actually want. The machine weighed me at 166 pounds, which probably accurate. I was wearing a bit of clothes, whatever, and gave me 120 pounds of lean tissue and 40 pounds of fat tissue and a bone mineral content of 7. So this is how heavy your skeleton is. So if you pull my skeleton out of my body, I guess it's 7 pounds. I thought it'd be heavier, but whatever. Percentile chart, my 24% puts me at around the 60th percentile, which means I am a little bit fatter than the average male at 20 to 29 who has done these scans. This is, the population. It's of people who've actually done scans with this company. So this is a regional breakdown. So you can see, arms, legs, trunk, and rear gyno total. If there's not really a whole lot to break down here, except the one thing that I will note is the Android section is kind of your like mid-belly area, and I actually am happy to see that that's the lowest region compared to the other regions. This shows that I tend to hold more fat in my butt area and my love handles. But having the lowest fat area be kind of the midsection abdominal area is good for me because that means I hold less fat over where my abs are, abdominal muscles, right? So if my goal, which kind of is to eventually be able to see my abs, this is definitely going to help. So these are supplemental results. So my RMR, this is significantly lower than I thought it would be. When I use online calculators and stuff, it says like, oh, your basal metabolic rate is like 1700, 1650, which means my RMR would be higher than that, 1800, 1900. But no, my RMR is 1542 according to this DEXA scan. Which means, if I sit in bed all day, I only burn 1,542, where I thought I would be burning, 1,900. So, definitely something to keep in mind when I'm choosing the number of calories to stick to for my diet. The next thing is VAT. So this is, brown fat, adipose fat, the kind of bad fat is what the lady told me. Which, by the way, with the, I paid $60 for this DEXA scan. It includes a free consultation where I got on a phone call with a lady who kind of walked me through the result and, told me what was that, which was nice. And apparently I have 0.00 pounds of visceral adipose tissue. And the lady told me that this was extremely rare and it's a very good thing because fat is bad fat that, accumulates on your organs and can cause problems. Apparently it's very rare to have 0.00. I imagine that, I'm not an expert on this, but, I guess the reason is because I've been in a calorie deficit for 3 months now, and my body probably got hungry and ate all of that fat near the organs first. Before the other stuff. Bone report. So apparently I have a very high bone density, which is a good thing. The lady told me that I have an extremely high bone density of 1.405 average grams per centimeter squared bone mass density, which is a z-score of 2, which means I have a higher bone density than 97% of the population, which, it's good. Strong bones, hopefully helps my joints and stuff. So muscle balance report. This is kind of, right versus left. My my right arm is heavier than my left arm. I wonder why that is. Same thing with the right leg versus left leg. So right arm dominant, right leg dominant. This is something to take into account. The lean mass on my right arm is actually half a pound heavier. So, and I do notice that when I'm doing weightlifting curls, bicep curls, it is more difficult to use my left arm. So that's something to keep in mind. I might do some extra training on my left arm to try to balance this out a little bit. Same thing with legs. But the lady said if this is within 2 pounds difference, it's not really that much to worry about. In summary, there was 2 things about this report that disappointed me, but there was 2 positive things that I wouldn't have known about if I didn't do the report. So the first thing that disappointed me, obviously my body fat is significantly higher than I thought it would be, and in addition to that, my resting metabolic rate is significantly lower than I thought, which means I have to eat less calories if I was using this as part of my diet calculation, which I'm not. However, the 2 things that pleasantly surprised me was apparently I have great bone density. I don't know the supposed benefits of that, and I have no bad fat, which great. So I put some stats here on the screen. My original goal was to get down to 15% body fat, but given these calculations, if I don't gain a significant amount of lean muscle mass, put on some more muscle, I'd actually have to get down to 143 pounds in order to do that, in which case I'm assuming I'd probably look like a starvation experiment, not like the lean, jacked, cool guy I want to be. Unless I put on a significant amount of lean body mass, which, maybe I could put on 1 or 2 pounds of muscle, given some new exercises, whatever. But, definitely I'm going to, keep cutting, keep trying to lose body fat, but it's probably time to maybe reevaluate my goals. Because looking like a starvation experiment is not, my goal. I'll just have to think about it, I guess. But, if you are interested in how I, went from the 190 to the 165, what I already did, I will put my current workout routine in the description below. I'm also going to put the amount of calories I eat in the description below. If you happen to care about it, there it is. I'm not really going to talk about it that much. Thank you very much for watching. The purpose of this video was kind of like a personal blog for me to track my own progress. Hopefully I'm back here in 10, 12, 16 weeks with another positive progress update. At some point, I do plan to make a video on how I personally lost weight, but I'll save that for later when I've actually done it. I'll probably have learned a lot more at that point than what I know now. So once I get there, I can hopefully share some educational information rather than just a progress update. So I could help others who are in the same boat as me, trying to lose weight, recomp, whatever. Like I said, this will be a series of videos, so see you in the next one.